Good evening and welcome to the Ambassadors Cruise Line ground for what's really a big showdown as the Vitality T20 Blast is concerned. You get the feeling, looking at the tables, that whoever loses between Essex and Somerset will effectively then have no chance of qualifying for the next stages of the competition. So absolutely crucial game, and Essex come into it on the back of a fabulous victory over Surrey by 9 wickets at the weekend, while Somerset, after a very good start to the season, have lost their last 3 matches, but they do have players back from England A duty, and that's certainly made a massive difference as far as Essex made as well, with the Grace Scrivens, Sophia Smale and of course the Jodie Grucock all back in the side. The news is that Somerset have won the toss and elected to bowl first. They fancy chasing under the lights later in Chelmsford. Grace Scrivens didn't seem too upset by that decision, but it's she who will face the first ball, which will be bowled by Maddie Russell. One change for Essex from that victory over Surrey, with Esme McGregor coming in for Kate Kopak. Change as well for Somerset, with Chloe Skelton coming in for Ruby Davis. But it is Maddie Russell to begin. Slower ball, and just played into the mid-wicket region, no run. So Essex have Grace Scrivens, Annika Bosch, who recorded her highest ever T20 score in her career at the weekend. That magnificent 87 not out against Surrey. Sophia Smale, Jodie Grucock, Liberty Heap, Jo Gardner, Bryony Gilgrass, Sophie Munro, Eva Gray, Esme McGregor and Ariana Dowse. Nice looking drive from Scrivens, and it beats the fielder, and it will be 4 runs. Fielder finding out just how hard the outground here is at the Ambassador Crew ground. She took a bit of a tumble there, but ended up diving over the ball, and Scrivens and Essex are off the mark. Maddie Russell in once again, and that's be a single played out to the extra cover fielder. Maddie Russell, just 16 years of age. She's played 3 matches, 2 this season. She took 2 for 22 on her debut at the Oval, and then 3 for 43 last time out against Yorkshire. So 5 wickets at 13, some start for her. Now she will be bowling to the right-handed Annika Bosch. She was bowling lefty to lefty before that, staying over the wicket. And there's a little inquiry regarding LBW, not too vociferous. And umpire Sam Hollingshead unmoved. Glorious sunny evening, roasting hot as well. Shaw pulled for as we saw, these two were in decent form in the last match, and Essex chased down the 184 they needed for victory, losing 1 wicket in the process. Grace Scrivens, silly run out really on 47, otherwise they'd looked remarkably confident. So 1 ball remaining of the over, 9 off it so far. Doesn't quite time that, goes up to long off, no run, 9 it remains off the first over. And Maddie Russell yet to bring the gold that we've seen in her first 2 matches to Chelmsford. And a very good evening to Izzy Duncan. How are you?
Good evening, Guy Swindles. I finally made it, got off the M25, got out of the Dartford tunnel, and I'm here. I got here exactly on time, funnily enough.
You were? Bang
I
on.
get here an hour early so I can enjoy the burger and fries. But never mind.
I got you one. You're fine.
You did. You looked after me well.
You're fine.
Thank you very much. I owe you one.
It was very nice. I finished mine, so obviously.
Yes, you polished yours off already. Unsurprising. So we've got the great duo Scrivens and Bosch who are in. I missed the toss, but I take it the Somerset won.
Somerset won and bowled, yes.
Yeah, and bowling. Okay, so it's Griffiths to bowl. It's in the air. Whoa, that's tantalisingly close, isn't it? To the fingertips of mid-off, a wideish mid-off. It was aerial, and it's 4 runs. Risky shot. This always happens in the power play, doesn't it?
Yes.
Just trying to pierce the ring and going aerial and
Yes, they picked
get off at a canter, really.
a very good fielder to nearly miss as well, the Australian, the overseas player, Annie Leroyd.
In the air again from Scrivens, but safe this time in the gap. Keeping the scoreboard ticking over. She's going to have to hurry. Makes her ground in the end, Grace Scrivens, the skipper.
Yes, it was one of those where you're not running to the danger end and suddenly you are.
Yeah, it was a good 2 runs in the end.
Yes.
You've got to push it. It's the power play. You need to be on top of things as a batting side. We saw England losing the World Cup final because they didn't get enough runs in that initial power play. It's bowling wide of the wicket here, Griffiths, looking for that angle into the left-hander to try and cramp her up. Better bowling this time. Not giving any width. Yeah, good start for Essex.
Yes, she's hasn't picked up that many wickets in the competition as yet, just a couple, Alex Griffiths.
She's got a bun rather than a ponytail. Whoa! Turned it into a Yorker there. Scrivens becoming out of her crease. Slightly misjudged it, but in the end, played it late and played it well to keep it out. That was dangerous.
It's well bowled, wasn't it? She saw her coming and fired it in.
Whoa! There's a big appeal here. Did it hit the batter who's backing up? That would be Bosch who's backing up. I don't think it did.
And also, yes, I think because I think it came off the tip of the finger. It was whether she was back in her crease, which was tight.
Very tight. I mean, the bat was in the air, wasn't it? But whether it came off, she's looking at her fingers, isn't she? Quizzically there.
Yes.
Making the point that it came off the bowler Griffiths' fingers. But all is safe for Essex.
Yes, I'm possibly glad there isn't a replay, Essex.
That's a good looking shot for nothing there. Just trying to find the gaps here in this power play. Going at, what was it, 7.5 and over. We only had 2 overs, but just looking to get on with it, Essex. They had a brilliant game the last game. I was reading about it last night, beating Surrey by 9 wickets. I know Scrivens got some runs. She was 3 shy of her 50, wasn't she?
She was, and then went for a run that was never there. So the Surrey bowlers didn't actually take a wicket throughout the entire chase, but it really was mightily impressive.
And Bosch is really doing the business, isn't she, as the overseas player for Essex. 84 in that last game and group up 47. So
and that was her highest
really
ever
impressive.
score.
Wow, okay, career best.
Yep. So immediately we're going to see some spin. Chloe Skelton into the attack. Hello.
Well, it'll be runs. They like to target the spinners. It was well dispatched there. Let's have another look at this. Very premeditated. Get down and be knighted. No, runs for Bosch.
Has it gone to the speaker? It's gone into the covers, hasn't it? So it always takes a little while to come back. Sorry, that was entirely my fault. I forgot to turn your microphone on.
Well, I hope it wasn't an emergency, Guy.
No, it was your microphone, wasn't on.
You're kidding.
No.
No, I was leaving that to you. Is it my? Do I have to switch it
No,
on?
no, it's my job. That's why I said it was entirely my fault.
Oh.
That's a shot. Yes, I think she's seeing the ball rather well, Bosch, after the innings at the weekend and a first maximum of the innings.
Yeah, really impressive from Anneke Bosch, 32-year-old South African all-rounder.
So taking the risk of the spinner in the power play, and this is just placed nicely into the leg side. There will only be one. But with 10 off the first 2 balls, you can afford to take singles from there on in.
Well, both these batters look in form, that's for sure. In amongst the runs, Essex, coming off the back of that win, is always good to carry that momentum, isn't it, into the next game. On their home ground as well.
Chloe Skelton, this is her 8th match in the Blast. Got 5 wickets so far. Grace Scrivens, flamingo style, just plays it up to wideish mid-on. Mid-wicket area, no run. A super piece of placement by Grace Scrivens. She gave the spinner the charge and then found the gap, and there wasn't a very big one between extra cover and mid-off. But Grace Scrivens found it and has 4 more runs. And this is a terrific start.
Really good foot movement, wasn't it? Strictly come dancing.
Cut into the ground and well fielded at point. That's the end of the over. An expensive one. 15 coming from it.
Yeah, they're going at a rate of knots at the moment, Essex, in this power play. And both openers still there. And carrying on as they were when they played Surrey in their last match. So,
well, they're actually slowed down a bit because they had 37 after the first 3 overs against
wow.
Surrey.
Wow, did they? Okay, that was a complete run festival, wasn't it? So the spinner, Chloe Skelton, going for a bit of tap, the 25-year-old. She's just come back from playing England A versus India A. Quite a lot of these players on both sides have been playing for England A. Really good experience for them. So we'll continue with Griffiths
But
of Somerset.
Certainly it's lifted Essex, the return of the England A players. It'll be interesting to see whether the same effect for Somerset.
Nice rhythmical run-up from Alex Griffiths. Oh, it's beautifully played through the gap. I was thinking about the second. There's a slight disagreement as to whether to take the second.
Yes.
It looked like Scrivens was keen, but perhaps Bosch not so keen.
Yes, these two need to sort their running out after the muddle up the other day as well. But yes, it is. Of course, Somerset's still missing 3 players who are in the England squad who haven't come back yet. So
that's right. Big names.
Big names.
Charlie Dean. Exactly. And Danny Gibson, I think, as well. Bowling wide. Oh, that's really well played and dug out there. It's a lightning quick outfield. It should go for 4. It has raced away. It's a bit of a desert out there, isn't it? It hasn't rained for a while. And once you pierce the ring, you're very likely to get 4 runs.
Should have been stopped, really, though, by Bex Odgers, who will be upset with herself.
I think it came off the bowler as well, didn't it?
So there were two attempts to stop it, and it still reached the boundary.
So 5 off the over so far. A little tweak to the field because you've got the left-hand, right-hand combination. It's always difficult for the bowler to settle as well. Threading it through. Seeing the gaps well, Grace Scrivens. She's a player who's in form at the moment. Enjoying herself out there. So Alex Griffiths, 24-year-old all-rounder, plays for Welsh Fire in the 100, or has played for Welsh Fire in the 100. I looked her up and she said her special talent is juggling.
Well,
Let's hope she doesn't juggle too many balls today.
Exactly.
She'll want to take clean catches, but it is a special talent, definitely. Crisply driven for no run there. It's a good stop out there at extra cover.
It was, because one or two have snuck past the fielders, but Liv Barnes, good stop there.
Because this ball's going to whistle across that square. It's going to be rock solid, that square. And if you're going to dive on it, you're going to end up with a few grazes.
Indeed.
A bit of width. They're going to take a quick single. It's good running.
It was, and the player was set back, wasn't she, at mid-off, and Annika Bosch was going to the danger end, and she's very quick between the wickets, so well judged.
Right, Scrivens just surveying the scene, eyeing up the gaps. She's been finding them quite well, successfully so far. Not quite timed and sliced away. Just finding backward point. Good piece of fielding as well, keeping that ring tight, Somerset. They don't want to run away train. We know it's great batting conditions from previous games. We're having a rock-solid Scorchio summer. I think batters are enjoying themselves. Maybe bowlers not quite so much. Run festivals to be had out there. So we're expecting lots of runs, aren't we, this time around?
Yes, and I have to say, in fairness to Alex Griffiths, given how many runs are being scored so far with 37 off 4, she's only conceded 13 of those from her 2 overs so far. So we've got a third different bowler from the Graham Gooch end in 3 overs from that end. And coming into the attack now, Erin Vukusic, Croatian international. But has taken 11 wickets at 21 in this competition so far. That's helped round. Straight to the fielder though, so it'll only be 1. There's a yard of pace there. A nice way to see the new bowler around the corner from Annika Bosch. Yes, played 4 T20s for Croatia. It's up in the air, but dropped short of mid-off. And then just to remind the batter not to walk too far out of their crease, the throw comes in, it misses the stumps.
And she's gone aerial a few times, hasn't she, Grace Scrivens? Just slightly mistiming it there. Perhaps the ball's not quite coming onto the bat.
Well, she has been one of the most successful bowlers for Somerset this season in this competition. 11 wickets at 21. Economy's not bad either, just over 8. Scrivens looking around. It's well bowled Yorker length. So this is put the brakes on a little bit so far this over. But that was just over pitched, and Grace Scrivens was on it very quickly. And it reaches the boundary. I wasn't sure whether it was going to, but Grace Scrivens just spotted that was slightly over pitched, whipped it into the leg side through mid wicket, and picks up a boundary to keep the momentum going, really.
Well, it's always useful when the wicket-keeper's standing up, isn't it? As it doesn't allow the batter to leave the crease. You just got to get your line and length right as a bowler. But it does restrict you.
Yes, they're both galloping along at the moment. Scrivens though back in, and yes, quite right, the wicketkeeper now standing up. It's cut away. There is a player in the deep out in the covers, but she has a little bit of a tumble as she stopped. They thought about a second, but she did really well to get the throw in the end. And keeps them down to just the one. So 6 off the over so far, 1 ball remaining. And this is up in the air, this should be out. And it is out. So that is the end of Annika Bosch going for the big hit. And Vukovic being introduced into the attack, picks up her 12th wicket of the campaign in the Vitality Blast. And 43 for 1, 6 off the over and the big wicket. Annika Bosch will probably be slightly disappointed with that. Didn't time it. We've seen one huge 6 hit back over the bowler's head from that end, but she didn't quite time that one.
Yeah, it was a lot of late swing on that. It looked like it came off the toe end of the bat. And it was in the air a long time with a lot of spin, but taken cleanly there.
So first wicket falls with the score on. Sapphire Smale promoted to number 3. 43 for 1.
Yeah, it'd be great relief there for Somerset, because we talked about Bosch being very much in form, the overseas for Essex. I mean, she hasn't been here long, but she's made a real impression for Essex here. With her 84 not out against Surrey last week. So that is the demise of Annika Bosch, much to the relief of Somerset.
Yes, 18 off 11 deliveries.
That's Griffiths still on. Making room. Good looking shot there from Scrivens. It should go for 4. Again, it's that electrically quick outfield, and the ball just scoots away beyond the extra cover boundary from the left-hander, and she made room beautifully here. She clears the front foot. Have another look at it.
Yes, she's playing it off the stumps, isn't she? Just looking at that replay. Stepping outside leg. You have to have confidence.
Exposing her stumps is risky. She's seeing it well. Skews away, should go for 4. Has it got the legs on it? Let's see who wins the race here. Yeah, it's bobbled over the ropes now. Not quite in control of that, but it was safe. It was along the ground, and it sliced away. And 4 more.
This brings up the 50 for Essex in the 6th over, which is tidy scoring. Grace Scrivens has raced on 33 from 21.
Yeah, she's enjoying the conditions, isn't she? It's a little bit of green on that wicket, but it's coming onto the bat nicely for her. That's gone down the leg side, and it will be a wide. Just looking to get a tickle on it, Scrivens, but manages to only hit fresh air. The run rate nearly up to 10 now. This is the last over of the power play as well, so they'll be wary of that, Essex. And I want to try and cash in while that ring is still in. A little bit slower this time from Griffiths. It's a beautiful shot, crisply timed, finding the gap, threading it through that tight ring on the leg side from Grace Scrivens. And she just looks to be in such sweet form off the back of her last innings.
I think that was the best of the 3-4s in this over, and certainly the poor bowler was going, well, it wasn't a bad ball. I'm not quite sure what I can do when she's playing like this.
You're not doing Griffiths' figures any good here. Firmly struck again by Scrivens. She looks so strong. She can muscle the ball around. She's also got very good timing as well, so it's a good combination.
Yeah, she had a decent series against the Indian A team as well, didn't she, I think? Taking wickets, averaging around 50.
You're right, actually, I've got her scores here. 46, 59 and 88 versus India A. This is Scrivens in the ODI series,
Yeah.
so really in a run of form, isn't she?
She is.
And she passed 5,000 runs for Essex when she played against Surrey in the Blast, so quite a few milestones are being ticked off here for Grace Scrivens, brimming with confidence.
Yes, Essex could do with her staying there for a bit.
Yeah, she's 38 off 23, so a pretty impressive strike rate as well. So Smale will be keen to get off the mark here, the right-hander.
That was the first ball she's faced, wasn't it? Yeah.
So 14 off those overs so far for Griffiths. It's her third over. Just picking out the fielders at the moment, Smale, just easing herself into her innings, but striking it well.
Yeah, 14 off the over.
So you may have heard that over the tannoy in the power play. 57 for 1 is the score. Bosch, the only wicket to have fallen. Caught by Holland. It was in the air a long time. It was miscued off the sort of toe end of the bat. And bowled by Vukacic. Is that how you pronounce it, do you think?
Vukacic, yeah.
Vukacic of Croatia. I'm not sure. I don't know if she's born in Croatia or not. I don't think she was. I was going to say, because she played for
born in Exeter.
Exeter Cricket Club, I read somewhere. So
where she was indeed born, yeah.
Yeah. So 57 for 1. We'll make a note of that in the power play.
Well, we have our fourth bowler in 4 overs from the Graham Gooch end. Liv Barnes trying her luck now. The power play is over. Grace Scrivens just seeing who is where and now ready to go. Nice shot from Scrivens. She found a really good space, but a terrific stop on the boundary. Absolutely super piece of fielding.
Is that Holland again?
Neem Holland, yeah. Neem Holland, sorry.
Neem Holland. I'm learning these pronunciations from you as I go along here, guys. You better get it right.
Good Irish name, Neem. Full toss. Thank you very much. Grace Scrivens isn't going to miss out on those, the form she's in at the moment. So she moves to 44. Liv Barnes also taken 11 wickets so far in this competition. She's played in every match for Somerset. 11 wickets at 22. Economy rate decent as well, 7.5, just under. And rather missing out, Grace Scrivens there. She wound herself up for the leg side shot and then missed it. Also stopped it being wide of any shape or form. It's another decent stop, and the way the field is looking, I wonder if that was half a chance. It was hit very, very hard, but it was slightly uppish.
Looked painful as well.
It did.
Was that Sophie Luff on the floor? I think it might be. It was a decent stop
It is
because that
Sophie
ball was
Luff.
travelling. It was travelling.
And given the form she's in, they won't want her injured in the field when they come to bat later. Somerset. .372 runs at 46. Oh, and that's again aerial, but it's beaten 2 fielders, the bowler and mid-off, and it's 4 more. Sophia Smale now getting in on the act. It was very, very well placed. Looking at that replay, she couldn't have picked her spot better.
Very satisfying way to get off the mark as well with the boundary.
But fractionally either way, if she hadn't hit it quite where she had, she would have offered half a chance. Anyway, she's there and she's 4 not out. Oh, and there goes a half a chance. That was half a chance too. The fielder never looked comfortable with it. Instead, Sophia Smeld gets a couple. Just watch that again. Yeah, got fingers to it, but didn't get hands to it. Erin Vukovic. Another good over as far as Essex are concerned. 13 from it, 70 for 1 after 7. The run rate's 10.
Yeah, they've got to take their chances here, Somerset. We know how dangerous these two are with the bat, and with these conditions as well, there are certainly runs to be had out there. So having a change of bowling. That'll be the end of Griffiths, who bowled 3 overs on the trot. 3 overs, 0 for 27. Or is she carrying on? No, she's not. I think there was an announcement. It hasn't changed on the...
Neem Holland.
Neem Holland is in there. She took the catch earlier on to dismiss Bosch. Bowled by Vukovic. Just rearranging her field out there.
So we've already had 6 bowlers, and this is the 8th over.
Yeah, being experimental here, Somerset, aren't they? And they know they've got to remove, particularly Scrivens, as early as possible. The left-hander. Seeing that ball well. It's a good start there for Holland.
Yeah.
Just cramping up Scrivens there a little bit, coming around the wicket. A lot of right-handed bowlers like to do to left-handers.
No, very nicely bowled.
You just can't give her any width at the moment,
No.
Scrivens. She'll murder it.
The keeper standing up as well.
Holland again. Down the leg side. It will be a wide. It must have come off the keeper there. Didn't hit the batter.
Yeah. It's quite a tight wide given by Rose Davey, but I'm sure she'll be consistent throughout.
Yes, I wonder how discerning the umpires are allowed to be, because in T20 cricket we know how much batters move their feet, and sometimes they come right outside the leg stump, don't they? And make that ball eminently hittable. But that did go down the leg side, but it was a tight one. Change of field here for the right-hander Smale. His third man on the single. 2 fielders on the leg side on the ropes there, and 1 extra cover on the ropes as well. That's in the slot to drive. Extra covers out there, patrolling. Keeps it to 1. It's good to keep it to 1. It's a longish boundary out there.
Decent throw. Yeah, no, this is the same boundary that the men were working with at the weekend.
Yeah, I like that. Gone are the days of bringing the boundary in for the women. That used to annoy me, because I used to think, well, actually, women can hit the ball just as well.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need to pander to it. All right, Scrivens. Looking commanding at the crease there. He's a real presence. Plays that late.
Hot.
And beats the fielder just backward of point. Really well placed and reached for. It was wide-ish. But making room for herself. She's good at that.
Well, she's equal to score from the weekend.
Yeah, look at that. 47 off 29. That strike rate. Hovering around 160. So, very healthy strike rate. Get
Terrific.
things off to a magical start for Essex. Good foundation now. 75 for 1. After 7 overs. Slow ball. It's edgy. It's top edgy. But it's going to be 4 runs all the same. There's nobody down there.
And a 50. Grace Scrivens.
Let's have a look at this replay. That's a pull off the front foot.
Well, she saw where the field was, didn't she? She played it quite deliberately. 30 balls and 10 fours. That is some half century.
Yeah, it's an electric start here for Essex from the captain, Grace Scrivens. Oh, it's a full toss and it's in the air. Whoa, it's not too far away from backward point, that full toss. I don't know if it's a no ball or not. No, it isn't a no ball because it was a slower ball as well, probably about waist height. I'll have a look at the replay. Here it is again. It does drop, but tantalisingly close, wasn't it?
It was tight.
Backward point. Got away with it there, Scrivens, seeing it well. It's another gift for her. You cannot bowl a full toss at Grace Scrivens. You will be mullered.
It was quite close to the no ball as well, wasn't it?
It was. The umpire's arm didn't go up. A 12 off this over so far for Holland. Better bowling again, just tighter. Scrivens finding the gap she wants to. She's not going to get to. That's cut off out towards the boundary there. But a decent over again for Essex, and at the moment Scrivens looking unstoppable, and Smale a very good support act, trying to give her the lion's share of the strike, which is the right thing to do.
I'm really surprised. She bowled one over. She only went for 6. She took up a wicket. She's took a wicket, and she hasn't come back into the account yet. Erin Vukasic, and I must say I'm rather surprised she hasn't bowled a little bit more. Maybe they're keeping her 3 overs for later, but she's looked the most dangerous of the bowlers thus far.
You're right, it is surprising because now's the time to take a wicket. At the moment it's a little bit of a runaway train here with Essex making the most of it in the sunshine out there with the hard wickets. And the Scrivens, of course, has got the strike.
Liv Barnes to continue. It's a good shot again from Scrivens, but there is a fielder out there now, so it'll just be the one. She really does keep nailing that sweep shot. We just had the wagon wheel for Grace Scrivens and Essex, and the ball is going here, there and everywhere at the moment. She's playing all around the wicket. Oh, the wide is eventually given. It took his time, Sam Hollingshead, but it's a good shot. That'll be 4. Again, excellent placement. She's played that straight drive really, really well. Sophia Smale, that's the second time she's picked a spot perfectly. Just watching that again. And again, got the back leg out of the way and just played it straight. Lovely shot. It's another lovely drive, but there is a fielder out there. Should only be the one. Top score this season of 21, a high score of 34 in her T20 career. Sophia Smale, who's really turning herself into an all-rounder now, a bowler very much first and foremost, but her batting's improving all the time. Now there should be 2 here, because it's wide, it's between the 2 fielders, it wasn't hit too hard, just really good placement.
Yeah, she's described as an ambidextrous all-rounder, isn't she, Sophia Smale? She's bowling left arm orthodox, slow left arm orthodox, and bats right-handed.
Yep. That's just cuffed away, and it's good running. Sophia Smale had the call. She was running to the danger end. She went immediately. That's 1 more to the total. So 10 from the over so far. It's another good straight drive from Smale. Again, picks out the fielder though, and just be the one. 11 more. Liv Barnes has gone for 24 in her 2 overs so far. 95 for 1 after 9.
And Smale, a bit more than a support act here with 13 off 8. As you were saying, she's really flexible as a batter. She can almost bat anywhere in the order, can't she?
Well, there we go. We can see the tight overs. That one from Vukovic, and Alex Griffiths was difficult to get away in her early overs. But they've certainly been clambering, and interestingly, since the power play, they've kept pretty much the run rate going.
Right, a new bowler. This is a more juggling act at this end.
Running out of room on my scorecard for the amount of bowlers we've had so far.
Yeah, exactly. Lola Harris, here she is. There may have been a little tickle on that. Let's see what the umpire says. Yes, I think we do. That's a little single.
Little inside edge.
Bowling leggies, Lola Harris, only 19 years old. She's a bit of an unknown quantity, isn't she, at this level? We haven't seen a lot of her at this level, only a teenager.
Well, she's played all 9 matches this season, but you're right, she's that's of her 13 in total.
Here she is again. That swept well. It's only been 1. It's almost hit too hard. If you hit those a little bit more softly, you might get 2 out of them.
Took 3 for 17 against Yorkshire. Best figures so far this season and in her nascent career.
Here she is again. To a nice action.
Yeah, dipping as well, isn't it? Nice.
It's a repeatable action. It's quite comfortable. Slight fumble there. 2 runs.
Yes, they were going for 2 anyway,
yeah.
But they put pressure on the fielder.
That's well bowled from Lola Harris. She has made a real impact in her first season at senior level, hasn't she? In the One Day Cup as well, and plenty of wickets in the Blast, as Guy was saying. Nice smooth action. I'll pick up 2 more. It's a tighter over though. Relatively speaking, this is a tighter over.
100 has still come up in the 10th though. Essex will have hoped for that.
Making a bit of room here. There's runs on the leg side.
2 if they want it.
Gaping holes as 3 fielders converge on the ball there. That was so well placed. Sort of equidistance from 3 fielders. And an easy 2 in the end. But not a bad start for the young bouncing Lola Harris with her leggies.
Yeah, just the 8 runs coming from it. So it's the 4th meanest over of the first 10.
Mm-hmm. Will she be allowed to stay on though, Guy? This is the question, because it's all very unpredictable what's happening with the bowlers here.
I think finally Vukovic is having another go.
Yeah, she only went for 6, didn't she, in that solitary over that she's bowled so far.
And removed Annika Bosch.
Yeah.
But she is now back into the attack to see if she can stem the bleeding. Grace Scriven's 61 not out. 36 balls. Cramped up, be a dot ball, well bowled. Well, we saw Annika Bosch get a little frustrated not being able to get Vukovic away. Oh, and this is up in the air, this should be out. Oh, it's dropped, it's an awful drop. And there's overthrows. Well, you feel for the fielder that's heartbreaking, really. That's Maddie Russell, the young 16-year-old who's just put that one down. Just watching the replay again, she done all the hard work. And Vukusic should have had another wicket.
Yeah, that was Scrivens, wasn't it, as well?
Yep.
Off the bat of Scrivens, so that would have been crucial, a crucial take.
Instead it was 2 runs. It should just be the 1 and a wicket so far from the first 3 balls. You feel for the bowler. You also feel for any 16-year-old who sees a steepler coming towards them, and they know how important it is.
But it shows that Vukusic really is the pick of the bowlers at the moment. She's making things happen and she's finding the edge, giving the ball a bit of a wobble.
Yes, it's very different when she's bowling. Let's see, her economy rate 8.3, so nothing particularly spectacular, but in this match, considering the carnage elsewhere, it's been superb. Oh, lovely little ramp shot. Clever from Sophia Smale. And that goes for 4, and she now has her highest score in the T20 Blast this season. Just watch that again. Yeah, she knew she had to make something happen against the bowler, who was just nagging away outside off stump, and found a way to score. Excellent batting.
Very entertaining, wasn't it? A cute shot, making plenty of room for herself and seeing it nice and early.
And that's just helped into the gap. They'll only take 1. 8 off the over in the end. 111 for 1. But Scrivens will know how lucky she is to still be there.
Yeah, and boy will she try and milk it here. She's used up one of her lives. Vukusic being the best of the bowlers so far. I mean, impressive bowling. But they want to try and get on top of her. She's only got 2 overs left now.
Yeah, but she has been by some way the pick of the attack so far, hasn't she?
Will it be Harris to continue? Let's have a look. Number 23 on her back.
Yes, it is Harris.
Be. The leg spin will continue. She had a decent first over.
Yeah, just the
Harris.
just the 8 from it.
8 off it, exactly. She's the wild card watch. Somebody read that about her.
Oh, nice.
I watched Ferry yesterday at Wimbledon. He's a
you?
wild card watch.
You lucky old thing. I was watching the highlights when I should have been working.
That's well reached there by Sophia Smale. Happy to take the single, isn't she, and give Scrivens the strike, who's seeing it so well. It was an incredible match. I think it was more than 4 hours. The match went to 5 sets. He came back, tie break at the end. We were all on our feet. A bit more flight here, just above the eye line. It's well bowled again by Lola Harris. Sharp fielding too. Keeping it tighter. And just need to get some control here, Somerset. Just keep Grace Scrivens under the cosh.
Those of you interested, we'll give you the England score. 143 for 4 after 15.
Okay.
Phil Salt 62 not out. I've just lost 2 or 3 wickets, but still on target for a biggish score.
Well, here's Lola Harris. She's been drying her hand in the dirt. It's a bit shorter this time, making a bit of room. Smale. It's going to be a single though. And nice variations as well. She's really varying the length. She's got the one that loops up above the eye line. It's quite difficult to spot. And that one was a little bit shorter. Imagining there's a bit of grip and turn out there. It's probably a bit of a dust bowl. There's an edge. This has got to be out this time. No, it's a drop. It's a drop again. That was catchable. Running in.
It was tougher, wasn't
it? From third man. It was certainly tougher, but it was a chance. And it's gone down.
So Scrivens has been dropped twice now. Just watching the replay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
On the run.
There, does she get there?
She does kind of get there, doesn't she?
She does, Alex Griffiths.
Kind of get there.
Well
will this
placed.
bisect the fielders? Yes, it will, and is very well placed out there at deep mid-wicket. And poor bowler Harris goes for a boundary.
Yes,
feeling a bit robbed there, wasn't she, Lola Harris?
You can kind of feel her frustration. She could have had a wicket. Instead, it's 8 off the over with another one to go.
Smale will continue to face here. She's going at quite a lick herself, Sophia Smale. Oh, that's dragged down. It's lost her rhythm a little bit here, Lola Harris. Probably only a single. No, they're going to come back. No, they're not.
Yeah, Sophia Smale, I think she'll be, yes, because she's punching in frustration because she knows that was a gimme. The first one, really, that Lola Harris has bowled.
It's quite telling actually for Lola Harris at that age and how she copes with there's a drop and then being hit by 4, how she psychologically copes with that. And she just lost her rhythm a bit there, but it'll come back again.
It's nice to see the experienced players going and putting an arm around her. You can see just how hot it is. Look at the ground, looks parched, doesn't it?
Oh, it's a mighty partnership here, isn't it? The last wicket fell at 43 for 1. So these two, Scrivens and Smale, are complementing each other well.
See how many Smale's got.
32 off 20.
She's closing in on a new high score. 34, her best so far in T20s. Oh, they've taken her out of the attack again. Oh well.
Scrivens and Smale are going along at the same strike rate, around 160, so they're sort of feeding off each other, aren't they, here?
Oh, absolutely. And it's terrific stuff from Sophia Smale. Because they're effectively losing a batter, and when you think they've got Judy Grucock and Liberty Heap and Joe Gardner to come, all of whom can score quickly. Oh, and it's another moment where Grace Scrivens on another day might well have gone. Possible stumping there. So far she's been dropped twice, could have been stumped. But she's still there. The 60s are proving slightly problematic for her at the moment. Goes for the reverse, and it just misses the stumps of her pad. It's funny, her timing's gone a little bit, hasn't it, at the moment, Grace Scrivens?
Yeah, I think she gets frustrated quite quickly, doesn't she? If there's a couple of dots and a couple of singles, I think she feels she ought to be getting on with it, and that's when mistakes can be made.
Particularly as she was crashing it here, there and everywhere in the early stages of her innings.
Perhaps the spinners are going to have better luck here in nabbing Grace Scrivens. She's eating up her 9 lives at the moment.
Well, that's a good shot, but it will only be one, with the two fielders set back in the deep.
Very positive footwork from Scrivens. Doesn't want the spinner to get on top and find a rhythm.
This is helped into the leg side. Straight to a fielder again though, and that is a pretty tidy over in the end. Just the 5 runs from it, just 4 from the bat.
Yeah, really good from Liv Barnes.
Yes, after conceding 24 in the first 2 overs, she really did fight back there. And there was I saying, why have they taken off Vukovic? Well, that's why.
Yeah, I like the fact there were 2 teenagers bowling as well, because they're both 19 years old, Lola Harris and Liv Barnes. Leggies from one end and so left arm from the other. We're going to have a change of bowling as an announcement's been made. Holland is back in the attack here from the Sir Alistair Cook end. Did you say Neem? That's how you pronounce it, her name.
Yeah.
The Irish name, Neem Holland. This will be her second over, won't it? She went for 14 off the first. So certainly got smacked around. Let's see if she can balance the books a little bit here.
Yes, she did take the good catch. So one
She did.
wicket to fall so far.
Yes, Bosch out for 18. So going almost 10 and over here, Essex, looking comfortable. Holland going for Yorker length, just about gets it away there. Sophia Smale.
Well bowled. Right in at her toes, and she was trying to wind up and give it what for, and no, well bowled. That is her new high score though in T20 cricket. Career best.
And it's a promotion, isn't it, to number 3?
Yes.
She has batted all over the place in the order, because she's just capable of doing that. She's incredibly adaptable. Here's the tall Scrivens facing. Turns it into a full toss. Punch for 1, a direct hit. She may have been in trouble, Scrivens. There's going to be overthrows, but they're not going to take that second run.
She was gone.
She needed to hurry.
And it was to the Aussie Annie Leroyd. That was, yes. If that had hit, she was out by a distance.
Yeah, she's riding Lady Luck today, is Scrivens. But she's making the most of it. There's a lot of positivity out there.
Yep.
Getting the runs quickly. Holland just short of a length. Not quite time there by Smale, but they're happy to take singles here. Just wait for the bad ball. Neem Holland, ball in hand. She's had a decent season. She was part of the wild card draft for the 100. She's been selected for Welsh Fire, because they have those development spots for players in county cricket. And she's been the Blast top wicket taker for Somerset, 12 wickets at 16 so far.
I think she was born in Wales. I think Swansea.
That's played late, Yorker length, and played well by Scrivens.
It's probably not an Irish name, it's probably a Welsh name.
Yeah, it might
I'll
well
look
be.
it up now.
Yeah. Scrivens' shoelaces have come undone. I think we'll have a double bow. The umpire's doing it. I don't think you want a fielder to do it up, do you? You might tie your shoelaces together. And she's been out there a long time, as Grace Scrivens, for her 69 off 47. Big partnership for these two.
Actually,
It's a good run here, good single.
It's Neve, not Neve.
Well done.
Neve. And it is Irish.
It's Irish. Well, you were 50% right. You said Irish.
Yeah, and I got
the
the
pronunciation right.
knee bit right. It was
Neve.
It's Neve.
I'd never get Neve. Because phonetically, it looks nothing like Neve, does
No,
it?
I know, but I did know and I forgot. So I'm feeling a bit dim at the moment.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, guy. It's too much. You're not wearing a hat, and you've got the sun
Yes, that's
baking
what
on
it
your
is.
head, frying your
That's what it
brains. Well, it's a big swipe across the line. It's an agricultural shot, and it's effective. And as a misfield, they should come back for 2. She has to hurry there, Grace Scrivens, but comfortably in the end, they take 2. 7 off the over from Holland, a better over for Holland. Again, in search of wickets. There have been 2 drop catches, and Somerset have got to take their chances here, because there are lots of runs to be had. You have to cut off these batters in their prime. At the moment, both of these two are doing a lot of damage to Somerset.
But they have only scored 12 off the last 2. They were rocking along at 10 and over after 12. And now they're a little way behind that. Because the run rate is under 9.5 now.
Yeah, 7 bowlers have been used as well. There's been a real juggling act here by the skipper, Sophie Luff. She's a skipper, isn't she, Sophie Luff, for Somerset?
Yes.
So, yeah, she's been desperately trying to get, particularly Scrivens out, I think, but to no avail. But they've got to take their catches.
Well, she could have been run out. She's been dropped twice. There was a stumping chance.
You're right.
That is a really clever reverse. Really clever reverse to the quicker bowler too. Cheeky batting by Sophia Smale.
I'd like to see her wagon wheel at some point
Yes.
as her runs accumulate, because she looks very much to me like a 360-degree player.
Because she started with mainly straight driving, didn't she? And now she's sort of playing them all over the place. But that was a really clever shot. She saw that the fielders were up on that side. Be a bye. I thought it might have come off the leg. Must have come off the wicket keeper's pad, not the batter's pad. Jess Hazel keeping. Grace Scrivens, and that was always just going to clear that ring of fielders. She is riding her luck, but she gets another 2. Top edged reverse, and it was always just beating them. She moved it. Oh, here we go. You were after your wagon wheel. Biggish LBW shout, that one.
And it was a leg bye as well.
No one looks particularly hard done by now. It hasn't been given, but it was pitched up. Grace Scrivens missed it, but gets a leg bye. Slower ball. Spotted. And well run. Very well run. Grace Scrivens having to put herself down at the danger end and gets in pretty comfortably in the end. But well placed by Sophia Smale, who spotted the slower delivery.
Yeah, using all the tricks in the box, isn't she, Vukovic here?
Oh, and this is chipped up, and a second catch is taken by Lola Harris. So Sophia Smale eventually goes. Caught Harris, a second wicket for Vukovic. But an excellent innings and a new personal best for Sophia Smale.
Yeah, really in amongst the wickets there. That'll be 13 this season for Erin Vukovic of Croatia. But really in amongst the wickets and well bowled. She's always looked dangerous. She's already had a drop off her bowling, and Grace Scrivens was dropped.
Yes, you're right. She could have easily have had 3-4 wickets so far. And that was the final ball of the over, yeah. So 142 for 2 going into the final 5 overs. 200 would be welcome as far as Essex are concerned. And Jodie Grucock.
Partnership was worth 99, wasn't it? Where did the last wicket fall? 43.
Yes, it was 99.
So 99, one shy of 100 partnership for those two. Second wicket partnership there.
Frustrating. Still, 99 runs is a pretty good partnership.
Particularly in T20 cricket.
Absolutely.
That is quids in. Well, you may have heard that.
That's the second 90-plus partnership Grace Scrivens has been involved in her last 2 matches. She's put on 96 for the first wicket with Annika Bosch in the Surrey match. So.
And Chloe Skelton is back on. Helter Skelter, Chloe Skelton. Here she is with her off breaks. Sir Alistair Cook end. This will be her third over, 0 for 26 so far. Just rearranging the soldiers out there. Square leg's been brought in. Coming around the wicket. There's a reverse going on, and is it going to be given? Yeah. Oh, I think it is. The finger goes up.
Yeah.
In very slow motion by the umpire. That's a very dramatic way of giving somebody out.
Rose Davey did keep the audience on their toes, didn't she? But it looks as if it was pretty adjacent.
Yeah, it does certainly look it, and she has been riding Lady Luck. But what a innings there from Grace Scrivens, captain's innings. So 73 of 51 deliveries for Scrivens. A really good effort, part of that 99 partnership with Smale. Really big dent into the score there for Essex. I mean, laying the foundation really for others to play freely in these middle overs. We're into the death overs now.
She did slow down though, didn't she? Because the first 50 came off 30 balls and the next 20 was only at a runner ball.
Yeah. Frustration, I think, set in a bit, didn't it?
Liberty Heat coming out, and she has been the form batter for Essex in the absence of the England A players, and was quite rightly given the June Player of the Month award before the match started. But 2 new batters in at the beginning of the 15th over, not ideal.
No, it's in the air. It should be out again. Yes, it will be. An easy catch in the end. So that is the end of Liberty Heap, who only faced one ball, has gone aerial, and it's a loopy catch, and really didn't time that at all. And Skelton is going to be on a hat-trick here.
Indeed.
First 2 balls of the over have taken 2 wickets, and Liberty Heap is on her way back now. So Somerset starting to look a little bit more positive here. Wickets are a-tumbling. Heap out for naught, facing 1 delivery.
Well, Jodie and Joe need to keep together for the final 4 and a bit overs. They don't want to throw away this excellent position they found themselves in. But that's 4 wickets that have fallen very, very quickly.
Here's the replay again. Straight in the basket there. You can't drop those.
But that's 3 wickets that have fallen on 142.
Right, Gardner, the new batter out there. Let's see how they set the field here, because we all know that Skelton is on a hat-trick here. No slips in place.
No, they never bother with.
They don't in T20, do they?
No.
You don't get much of a change.
Do it yourself.
Let's see what she can do. It's flighty. Oh, it's almost Yorker length. It's well watched there by Gardner, heart in mouth. And really well bowled, really accurate, manipulative bowling here from Skelton.
Yeah, bouncing back after the tap she took earlier in the match.
Very tight. Little tweakers. That's come off bat and onto pad. Trying to move her feet here, Gardner. Trying not to get bogged down, but at the moment, Somerset are right on top of things.
Yeah, they really have fought back, haven't they?
They're starting to smother Essex. A little bit shorter, making room, but really hard to get her away here.
So she's got this for a maiden, hasn't she?
She has.
Double wicket maiden.
Exactly. Skelton again. Looking good. Oh, there will be a little single here into the leg side.
Maybe 2.
They're coming back for the second. It's well run. That does rather ruin the double wicket maiden, but so what? 2 runs off it and 2 wickets as well. That's the best over so far for Somerset. High fives all round from her chums out there. Chloe Skelton, 25 years old, and very well bowled for her.
Well, Liv Barnes coming back into the attack. How many overs will be left after this one? 3. So Vukasic can finish her overs if she bowls the 18th and 20th. Liv Barnes, just 4 off her last over after she went for 24 in the first 2. So 2 new batters. What can Jodie Grewcock do here? drive it sweetly up to mid-on for a single. Yes, and Essex just need to find some momentum again from somewhere. They were on course for 200, now 170 might be a big ask. Gives it the charge and just manages to toe end it out into the deep, but it'll only be one. Just as well they didn't go for the second either because the throw hit the stumps.
Yeah, spinners on top, and that run rate drooping a little here for Essex towards the end.
Now under 9, was 10 and above for quite a section. It's a decent shot. Will she find the gap? I think she does. Brilliant. Just dropped it a little bit short. Liv Barnes and Jodie Grucock clambered into it gratefully. Watching it again, she played it with the spin. It was short and she hammered it away.
Release of pressure there as well, because that's been building up for Essex.
Yes, there hadn't been a boundary in a little while. There's one. There will only be one. I half wondered for a second because she hadn't quite middled it with the fielder coming in for the deep might mean they could snatch a second, but certainly not the case. Played into the leg side, it'll be another single. 8 off the over, but at this stage Somerset will be happy with 8s off the over. 152 for 4, 3 overs left. 180 would be good if they can get there.
Yeah, they've got 2 newish batters out there. That's the problem for Essex at the moment, just to get that momentum and that rhythm back again, batting.
Just 32 off the last 5 overs.
Yeah, and very good figures for Chloe Skelton, 2 for 28, and Erin Vukasic, 2 for 22. They've been top of the pops, pick of the bowlers so far for Somerset, but certainly spin has been tight. Just trying to stifle Essex here in these final death overs. Right, so Griffiths, this should be her last over for Alex Griffiths. It will be. She's 0 for 27 so far for her 3. She's coming in at the Alistair Cook end. She's got height. She can get a bit of, extract a bit of bounce. Yeah, that leg side gap is very tempting, and it will be milked by these two. They won't take the second run though. That's sharp fielding out there at deep mid wicket, keeping it to 1. Really well fielded. That's Neve Holland who fielded that. Now we've got our pronunciation correct.
Apologies, Neve, and to the rest of the Holland family.
No, you've done well, Guy, because you looked it up. You care.
I know, but too late. The damage was done.
So Grucock, the left-hander. And Fields just adjusting there, right on the boundary. Slightly shorter boundary at square leg. Wide of the wicket she comes in. That's struck firmly. Probably will only be 1. They've got to keep the pressure on the fielders here, Somerset, in these death overs. They don't want 2 runs. 1's enough.
Yeah, Essex were finding the gaps earlier, weren't they? And they're just closing up at the moment.
Good field placements here. It's a staggered field, and it's tempting the batters to play into the leg side as well. Nobody in on the single. It's floated up. It's gone aerial. It's in the air. It'll be 1 bounce for 4. That's really well placed there by Gardner. Got underneath it and launched it at this stage in the match. That's what we need, Essex.
That was a terrific shot and so needed by her team. Saw that everybody was up on the offside and played that Viv Richards cover drive over the top.
And so balanced as well.
Yeah.
She had that lovely foundation and knew where the gap was. Everybody's in on that offside. She saw that. The fielders have been brought in. It's a tight ring and you need to go aerial. Let's see how Griffiths replies. Again, it's just in the slot for driving. She'll be a bit upset, I think, Gardner there, not finding the gap.
Yeah.
Almost Yorker length, but not quite.
Yeah, but dot balls, no one likes a dot ball in the last 3 overs. Well, no batter does. Bowlers love them, but
Yeah, into these death overs. You've got to keep your head as a bowler. Slow ball, turns it into a full toss, but that ring is tight on the offside. There's going to be an overthrow. That was a little sloppy there from Somerset, having stopped the ball and nobody backing up. Have given a single away. I'm just trying to apply pressure here, Somerset. Eke out a mistake from these two. Right, left-hand, right-hand combination. And it's hot out there as well. We always
really
forget
is.
how hot it is. I mean, it's pretty stifling in here in the commentary box, a greenhouse effect, but it's hotter out there. Whoa, there's a big play and a miss there. But Grucock feeling she needs to get on with it.
just 7 from that over.
Nice bit of bounce as well there from Griffiths. She's using her height well. Just grew on Grucock. But a tight over at this stage in proceedings. That's a tight over. 7 off it.
Yeah, just the 39 from the last 6. Well, 10 and over from here on in will get them to 179. And we saw Essex themselves chase down 180 plus on Sunday with an over to spare, so that will be one as it beats the despairing dive of the bowler, Chloe Skelton.
You're right. I mean, that's the worry for Essex, isn't it? We know it's all batting conditions out there, and there have been a lot of high scores around the country in the last couple of weeks.
Sorry, it's Barnes, not Skelton. Liv Barnes finishing her final over. Moving people around on the deep leg side boundary from deep square to deep mid wicket, and well judged piece of field changing, because that's exactly where the ball's gone out to for 1.
Yeah, they won't mind these singles, Somerset.
No, singles are fine. That's another good shot for 1. Just can't find the gaps.
Yeah, pressure building here for Essex.
Now, if they'd gone fast on the first single, they might well have had 2 there, but they assumed the fielder would field that tidily. She didn't, but they'll only be able to take a single. Full toss and doesn't, rather cloths it, Joe Gardner. Only be 1.
No, it's a well set field by Sophie Luff, showing her experience. And she's a veteran in the game now at 32, isn't she? And Somerset through and through, and has really thought this through.
That's more like it. That is more like it. They need to give as much of the strike as they can to Jodie Grucock, you feel, at this stage. A vitally needed boundary off the final ball of the over.
Yeah, really swung through that. That's a lovely shot, and wickets in hand, so I mean they can afford to take risks, these two. They really need to now. It's the final over coming up. Right, Kusic. So the chap on the tannoy, the announcer, has a slightly different pronunciation to us.
I know. Simon Ward, the announcer here.
Aha, Simon Ward.
Well known for...
Does he get it right, Simon Ward?
Yeah, he does have an annoying habit, yeah.
Erin Vakusic will take this final over. This final death over. Ponytail is swishing from the Sir Alistair Cook end. It's right up there. That's well bowled. That is Yorker length. And had Gardner at 6s and 7s there. Didn't know what to do with it. That's exactly what you need at this stage from Somerset. I think Sophie Luff's going to have a little word in the ear.
Well, she's probably being the pick of the attack. I know Chloe Skelton chipped in with those 2 wickets in a third over, but consistently.
Here is Vukovic again. Slow this time, it's aerial. Will it be caught? Or does it have the legs on it? It should be caught. Straight. Oh no, it's a drop. It's gone straight through the hands of the fielder at deep mid-wicket. They take 2 runs instead of it being a wicket.
Neve Holland
again.
Who took the catch earlier to remove Annika Bosch. Puts down one there. Well, you feel for the bowler because Vakusic has had 2 drops now off her bowling, so she could have had a 4th very easily.
Yeah. I feel like these girls have got too much suntan lotion on their hands, maybe. Slippery. I certainly have. My hands are terribly slippery.
Yeah, you're right. The hands would be fairly slippery. Mine are.
Clammy hands.
Nice.
Don't hold hands with anyone.
Really wish you hadn't.
Yucky. Anyway, that was not a great drop there. Vukovic will be cursing. That really is a slower ball and well spotted by Gardner. Gets hold of it, it will be 4 runs. Spotted it nice and early. Just a little bit too short and a little bit too slow. Plenty of time to rock onto the back foot there for Gardner.
Yeah, it was the short. It was the fact that she just dropped it that little bit short, wasn't it? That's what gave Gardner the time to roll her wrists and hammer it away.
And you get the feeling that perhaps she's a little rattled, having been dropped on that previous ball. And has now gone for a boundary here. So Vukovic will continue mopping her brow in the heat out there. It's about 31 degrees, 32 degrees. It's a furnace. Slower again. This really has gone high right in front of the commentary box. And will it be caught? Yes, it will. Caught Australian style.
It was.
And taken cleanly.
By Alex Griffiths.
Alex Griffiths has taken that, number 25 on her shirt, and that was a good-looking catch. Maybe the Australian style of catching is more effective than the English style of catching. It's always above the head, isn't it, rather than taking at the chest.
It would seem that way at the moment. Not bad from Jo Gardner. Just she couldn't quite really truly get going because that was the thick end of a runner ball. It was 19 off 18 deliveries.
So that is the 3rd wicket for Vukovic. She really deserves that. And you think possibly she'd have a 5 by now, wouldn't she, had the catches been taken? But she's 3 for 28.
So 2 balls left. Bryony Gilgrass, if she can just, if nothing else, just get a single and give it to Jodie Grucock, who has only faced 8 of the last 17 deliveries. No,
making
8
room
of the
here.
last 25.
This is Gilgrass. She's done well to get some bat on that.
She has. She's got the single, and now it's down to a final delivery.
So 7 off the over so far and 1 wicket to have fallen, that of Gardner.
A 6 would be handy.
Get it to that 180 mark.
Just to get to that 180 mark.
Something competitive on the board.
Because Somerset have fought back well here.
Slow ball, it's short. Clubbed away this time.
2.
They've got to push for 2. That's well run by Essex.
Yeah, Grugrass was always coming back for that second, wasn't she? But 177 for 5. They'll feel as if they've left some runs out there, Essex.
Yeah, the one rate flagged towards the end, didn't it, with those cluster of wickets falling. It just slowed them down.
120 for 1 after 12, and then they scored 57 in the last 8, which is 7 and over from 10 and over. So it's still not bad. It's still a pretty competitive total. And Somerset are going to have to go at 9 and over pretty much if they are to win this match. But I just feel that you're right, Izzy, that those 3 wickets falling on the score of 142 really did slow things down as far as Essex were concerned. Grace Scriven's 73, the first 50 was fabulous. After that it was a little scratchy, dropped a couple of times, missed stumping, should have been run out, but she got to 73 before becoming one of 2 Skelton over wickets in the same over. Annika Bosch made 18, Sophia Smale made a career best T20 score of 43. They both fell victims to Vukusic, who also took Joe Gardner in a final over. So Vukusic finished with the excellent figures of, I think, 3 for 32 in the end. 3 for 31, even better.
Yeah, definitely pick of the bowlers there. Tight bowling. Went for a bit of tap in that first over, but recovered well and found a bit of movement with that white ball. But let's see if that is a competitive score for Essex. And we know that there are runs to be had. It's batting conditions out there. That's the slight worry. But they need around 9 and over here to overtake that score, Somerset. So it's still a daunting task.
It is. Well, we shall take a short break. We'll be back in 10 minutes or so to see whether Essex can defend their 177 for 5 and keep their dreams of a knockout place alive as they look to move into the latter stages of this tournament. coming out as Essex look to defend their 177 for 5. Very decent total, but at one stage Essex would have had hopes for a few more. 120 for 1 after 12 overs. Pegged back well by Somerset. Both these teams need to win to keep hopes of a top 4 spot alive. Coming into this one, there was just one place between them. Somerset have won 4, lost 4 and tied 1. Essex won 4, lost 5, just 2 points behind them. Somerset in 6th place. Somerset do have a better net run rate, but both, including this match, have 3 matches left. So this massive, you feel, for both of these two teams. And it will be Bex Odgers to face the first ball. Izzy Duncan.
From the Alistair Cook end. And it will be Munro to bowl it. Ponytail in place. The field is set. We're ready to rock and roll. Oh, and it's caught! Wow! There's a play just outside of the off stump there. A swish of the bat from Odgers. It catches the outside edge and it's caught by first slip. It was
I think that's
rocketed to
Sophie
first slip.
Smale.
Smale is having a fantastic game.
And to put a slip in. That's the other really terrific gamble that Essex took and won. Well bowled Sophie Munro, but good captaincy and a great catch. Really good slip catch.
Yeah, that couldn't have gone more perfectly here, the way that was executed. Look at that, no foot movement from Odgers, going for the full drive. And that flew off the edge. It's a great catch from Smale. She's awake after her tea break. A lot of celebrating there.
I think she deserves those little dance steps of joy after that catch. Just watching it again. Low down. It's a really good snaffle. That is a terrific catch.
Right, here we go again. So the new batter is Leroyd, who's stalked out there to the middle, who's the overseas player. Middle order player, Australia A. Has been talked about a lot out there in Australia. 103 not out in her last game. So really in amongst it. Let's see what she can do. Big foot movement. There's a big flash at that one outside the off stump. And she has... No, she hasn't been caught. But that was close. It was the way that Leroyd almost strutted back to the pavilion. But she looks rather startled here. And she's giving it the half teapot as well. There's a hand-on hit from Leroyd. Fireworks out there for Essex.
No, you're right. She and Sophie Luff have both scored over 300 runs in this competition. So these are the big 2 wickets.
And that was her career best in that last game. It's on the stumps. It's gone down the leg side this time. But fantastic start for Munro. Couple of plays and misses. And a wicket here. So Odgers back in the hutch. Caught by Smale at first slip, the only slip. But great that the slip was in place.
Yeah, she'd been in pretty decent form, Bex Odgers, averaging just under 30 in the competition.
Munro, that's a full toss. It's very well fielded at mid-off. That was clouted. But Essex at the moment really on top of things here.
Well, it could be, if they continue fielding like this, that the fielding is the difference between the sides. Somerset put down 3 or 4 eminently takeable chances.
Slower for Munro. This time it was a full toss, or rather turned into a full toss by Leroyd, who took full advantage of that. And these will be the first runs for Somerset. It's the first boundary anyway.
First off the
5 for 1.
No, lovely shot, but it was just slightly overpitched by Sophie Munro, and Leroyd was on it so quickly. Lovely shot.
But Munro, what a start for her. She's obviously getting some movement here. She can just find the right length, and she's got the height as well. That was a good length. Leroy just trying to find those gaps in this power play. It's a very tight ring around her. This is why batters often like to go aerial and take those risks. Just 2 fielders outside of that ring. It's a fielder down at third man. on the ropes, and also at square leg. It's a very long boundary at square leg in front of the pavilion there. Fielder just inside the ropes. Picking out the fielders here, Leroyd. And that was a dicey over there for Somerset, that first over. Very dramatic. Everything was happening in it. There was a wicket, there was a play and a miss, a wide and a boundary as well. So I think all bases were covered in that over.
I think they were.
Yeah.
But Eva Gray, who pulled off a decent stop in that over fielding, now is on with the ball.
Yeah, they need 9 and over. I don't think they'll be too daunted by that. We've seen how good the conditions are out there. But if Essex, as you say, can take the catches and take the chances, they've got a good chance here.
Yeah, because the required run rate is over 9. That's not easy. But they will have to take their chances. So, I think this is the first ball Sophie Luff has faced. And well bowled. Yep, she's already scored 5 50s in her 9 blast matches this season, averaging 46.5, high score of 82, and that was at Surrey. Oh, and it beats the ring of fielders. That'll be 4. Once you pierce that ring of fielders, there is nothing that's going to stop that ball reaching the boundary in these dry conditions. A little bit too wide there from Eva Gray.
Yeah, these are the 2 beefy batters, aren't they? Luff and Leroyd. Essex will be fearing and want to remove nice and early if they possibly can.
That's more like it from Eva Gray, forcing the defensive shot from Luff. Let's keep it tight.
You don't see too many forward defensives in T20 cricket. I like to see them occasionally, and to prove that players can play them when required.
Exactly, that if the ball is good enough, that's how to play it. This is just going to clear mid off, and it's now going to go for 4. It actually cleared by quite some distance. It was one of those at first you thought, oh, is that slightly dangerous? But it was over Sophia Smale's head by some way. It's the second boundary of the over. Fine leg comes up and the deep mid wicket goes out. It's well bowled. Didn't truly need the throw from Gilgrass there. So they decided not to run anyway. So dot, boundary, dot so far in this over. Wide, and this sometimes can be Essex's Achilles heel. They do bowl a few wides. So 9 from the over and an extra delivery. Well bowled. He will grab a leg by. It will be 10 off the over, 15 for 1 after 2.
Healthy over there for Somerset. You can just see that the run rate and required run rate just merging together. Not quite, but that was a good over for Somerset, just to gather their thoughts again and try and wrestle this game back a bit after that fall of that wicket off the first ball, which was very dramatic. So Eva Gray, she's taken the most number of wickets for Essex, hasn't she, this season in the Blast? 12 wickets at 19. That's why she was opening the bowling. So we are going to continue with Monroe. Not doing such a juggling act from Essex's point of view here with bowlers. Monroe had such a cracking first over. Let's see what she can do. That's well bowled. There's a bit of movement there. Off the pitch, off the seam. And nearly sliced Luff in two. She watched it well and played it late. Squared up to it. Sophie Luff, the skipper, 32 years old. Born in Taunton, Somerset through and through. Good foot movements in the air. Should be caught here. If the fielders communicate together.
Oh,
Yes, it has been
second
taken.
attempt.
There was a slight juggling act, and it was taken by, I think, Bryony Gilgrass, because she doesn't have a number on her shirt.
It is.
The only numberless player. And that was in the air a long time. And
Well-
Senna had a spin on it as well. It was a long time to think about it.
It's exactly what we were talking about, wasn't it? That if Essex take their catches in contrast to Somerset, they've got a chance.
Doesn't quite get to the pitch of the ball.
And these were the sorts of opportunities that Somerset were putting down.
a little juggling act.
Who did you say his favourite pastime was juggling?
That's right. It's not. Well, it's now Bryony's favourite pastime, I think. So Bryony Gilgrass, a great catch in the end, and has removed Luff. That's a big wicket to take. That is
Isn't
Luff. As Guy mentioned earlier, top run scorer in the Blast at 372 runs at 46. That's in the whole of the Blast, not just for Somerset. So to take her nice and early is a big deal for Essex. So the new batter is Holland. Neve Holland, who's come out with the Irish name.
England going well in the T20 International. They made 201 for 7 in their 20 overs, and India are 41 for 4 in the 5th.
Lovely figures for Monroe, 2 for 5. That's got an outside edge. Played with soft hands though. It's along the ground, it's safe and beats slip. So that will get Holland off the mark. But at the moment, a bit streaky here from Somerset, not looking at all settled, and not being allowed to settle by the Essex bowlers. Punchy from Leroy, but again, just finding the fielders. There's a lot of responsibility now on the overseas player here, Leroy, and we know that she's in runs as well, but with Luff back in the hutch, it's going to take somebody to go big here to chase down this score.
And you're right, she did unbeaten 100 in the last match against Yorkshire, so she's in form.
And positive with her footwork.
Shot.
That's a lovely drive. Gets to the pitch of the ball well here. Should go for 4. It's such a fast outfield.
Sophia Monroe will be slightly disappointed because it's one of those slightly embarrassing ones. There's not much you can do in your follow through, but it went between her legs. She was nutmegged by that one.
Yes. Really well placed, just weaving the ball nice and straight. So Leroy on to 8. Tip and run from the Oz. Nearly takes out the umpire.
Doesn't usually play well, does it? It's another good over though. Another very good over. Just 6 from that one.
Yeah, so a good start for Gray. 0 for 9 off her first over.
Yeah, 6 for 30 without loss at the same stage, so Sophia Smale straight into the attack.
Well, got very smart corporate boxes here at Chelmsford. We're just having a look at the crowd, enjoying themselves. It's friends and families of the players.
Yeah. Or, I think that's the hospitality. I think
It's the hospitality.
People are paid.
Uh-huh.
Good to see them coming on a glorious Tuesday evening. What a fabulous evening. Nice looking drive, but straight to the fielder. Grace Scrivens does the business. Sophia Simone's taken 7 wickets, but it's her economy rate that's so good. It is bang on 7. So it's very difficult to get away, though if she bowls short like that, there will be runs taken, and that was a bit of a gimme. Commentator's curse. Ball jumps up in front of the fielder, and they'd already decided on the single. Good running. So again we see how dry the outfield is here. Wicket's in good nick, and as he said, a little bit of green still there in the wicket. Played defensively out to extra cover as Niamh Holland settles herself in. On a belated appeal, but not truly vociferous. Oh, well bowled. Don't think there was an edge, but it's very well bowled. Just the 5 runs from it.
Yeah, and a bit of trouble at the moment, Somerset. Just trying to find their way out there. They're making it look quite tricky. As opposed to when Essex went out there to start with, they got on with it and punched the ball around, found the gaps, and looked very much in control. But the loss of those wickets, there's 2 wickets here in the Somerset innings, in the power play, have really thrown them somewhat. There's quite a lot of pressure on these 2. But we do know that Leroyd's in form. We've talked about her score in that last game, 103 not out, career best against Yorkshire, wasn't it, they played in their last game?
And this is interesting, Sophie Munro continuing, so she'll only have 1 over left at the death.
I think they're very keen to remove Annika Leroyd here.
Or bowled.
Almost Yorker length. And a bit of movement as well. Getting some swing, Munro.
Wow.
That's well struck there. That's well clubbed there by Leroyd. It was just a fraction too short, gave her plenty of time, uses the depth of the crease, and that's gone into the leg side for 4 runs and races away.
Yeah, the fielders didn't even move virtually before that was thudding into the boundary boards. That was properly hit.
Just threw everything into that, and this desert-like outfield in front of us. That's full toss. It doesn't get that away. Slight misfield, but all the same, there's no run. And rather cursing herself there, Leroyd. It's a missed opportunity for Somerset there.
Yeah, it's one of those that it was dipping, wasn't it? So not as easy to get away as some full tosses.
Goes short, edge, no slip in place. There's a third man, but third man is up on that single, so that will go all the way. Flashing hard.
Yep.
Not in control of the shot, but she's also aware that there's no slip.
And also with the keeper standing up as well, it's a pretty safe shot.
Yeah. And that will be another boundary there for Somerset. Pretty desperate for runs here to try and keep up with that run rate. 8 off the over so far. That's just tucked behind the corner. It's well placed.
It's good batting.
An easy 2 runs in the end. As these two look to make a partnership. Because in that Somerset side, there's got to be a big partnership in there somewhere to get anywhere near these runs. But Leroy getting on at a canter now, 24 off 16. Their man's back up on the single. Well played again. In the push for 2. No, they're not. But it's in the gap on that leg side. There are always runs on the leg side, gaping holes. And that's well manipulated there by the overseas player Leroy. She'll also steal the strike as well, which is a good idea because she's the established bat out there between the two of them. Holland only 1 run off 4 deliveries so far, and I think she'll take the lion's share of the strike if she possibly can here, Leroy.
Right, that was the best over so far for Somerset. 11 runs from it. Sophie Munro still there has figures of 2 for 22 from her 3 overs. Eva Gray back into the attack as the announcers may have heard the announcement. Doesn't quite time the drive, just goes up to mid-on and there is no run. This is the final over of the power play. Ray Scrivens holding 3 overs of Sophia Smale back. Slower ball. Cracked away, uppishly, but will be 4 runs. She placed it very well, certainly though the ring of fielders on the offside when they first saw it would have thought maybe, but it was a bit too wide and a bit too short from Eva Gray, particularly wide. And Leroy beginning to crank it up now, 29 from 19. Better ball and clipped straight to the fielder, to the batter's disgruntlement. Full toss, clipped away into the leg side. Fielders out there in the deep should cut it off, do cut it off, but they still take 2. Good running.
Well, Somerset are without Knight, Charlie Dean and Gibson, aren't they? We know the Knight's in the test squad, but Dean and Gibson are not actually in that test squad against India at Lord's, but I imagine they're being rested because that's been a mighty World Cup all the way to the final. A bit of time out, I think, for those two.
Oh, it's beautiful placement. Absolutely beautiful placement. Again, Eva Gray just giving a little too much width. But that was subtly played on this occasion by Annie Leroy. Look at that. Really clever batting. If she'd left it, it would probably have been a wide anyway, but it's a little bit expensive at the moment, Eva Gray. Oh, but what a comeback.
Wow.
Trying to whip it to leg. Eva Gray bowls Annie Leroyd, and that is a massive, massive wicket. It was a good innings by Leroyd. 35 of just 21 balls. And 7 fours in that innings as well. But Eva Gray, 47 for 3 at the end of the power play. 57 for 1 Essex at the end of the power play. So 14 runs ahead and 2 wickets in hand. However, they did have a bit of a slump later, so don't count too many chickens just yet. But well bowled Eva Gray. Big wicket.
Yeah, I think both of those wickets of Luff and Leroy to take earlier are absolutely crucial here for Essex, because we know how damaging those two are. They're beefy hitters once they get in.
Well, just look, Leroyd had hit 35 of the first 47 runs.
Yeah.
And she'd only faced 21 balls, so she'd faced half the balls bowled and had scored 4/5 of the runs. So yes, it's...
Yeah, she was just starting to look dangerous, wasn't she? As if she was taking control. Gave her any width, she was hitting it. So that's amazing from Gray. Very well bowled from her. And to bowl her as well, how satisfying is that? So there's a change of bowling. It'll be Grucock into the attack here at the Sir Alistair Cook end. The lights are on as well. We feel like we don't really need the lights. A bit of a waste of electricity here. Save your money, Essex. Here's Grucock. That's edged. Again, there's nobody up in the ring there. If you think a third man had been there, actually on the ring, that would have been catchable, but there's nobody there. And that will be runs.
Yes, given that that's the end of the power play, not to have someone even to cut off the runs seems a little bit...
Holland slashing away. Digs that out, almost Yorker length.
Estimable Nick Ledhill from BBC Essex has just popped in to pick up some kit.
So Grucock, the new bowler. And Griffiths, the new batter, just taking guard, scratching away at her crease. It's short, didn't get up much, didn't bounce, and it's going to be a wide down the leg side.
Yes, we said earlier Rose Dovey is pretty tight on those, and she was again then. But same for both sides.
These little tweakers, a bit more flight, better ball this time. It's swept, and it's very well fielded with a little Hollywood roll down there to cut it off. We know how fast that outfield is, you don't want the ball to rush past you. So 7 off the over because we've had a wide in this over. It's gone down the leg side again. It's a good take from the keeper. It's Ariana Dowles, isn't it, this time? Because we've had some injuries in that Essex side.
Yes,
Amara Carr has a hand injury, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's one of the 4 players.
Flo Miller as well has a hand injury too, and that's driven crisply, just finding the fielder.
Yeah, Abtahar Maqsood in the as well, and Cordelia Griffith was the big one.
That's well bowled, and a stumping. No, she's firmly rooted. That back foot is rooted. And Griffiths lives to breathe another day.
Yes.
It's going to be a long old over, this one. 3 wides in it. Slashed away. It's a misfield. It's beaten backward point. And it will go for 4, upsetting some pigeons down there at backward point on the boundary. Lightning quick outfield. Should have really been stopped there. Have another look at this.
Really should.
It's a bit hard, but it's straight to the fielder. And has paid the penalty. So Holland Holland on to 10 now. Boy racers are out on the ring road. There's a full toss. And they're going to push for 2. Oh, I don't think there is 2 there. She's sent back again.
Still 14 off the over.
Yep, decent over there for Somerset. Just looking to get back on track. They've lost the big hitters, Luff and Leroyd. It's up to others now to take charge, take responsibility, build a partnership, starting from scratch, these two, Griffiths and Holland.
And Essex have got to cut out the wides, because that run rate is getting back up towards 9 again now. And I can see why Sophia Smale has come back into the attack. One of the meaner Essex bowlers, who doesn't like giving away runs. And that's rather scraped into the leg side, but it might turn out to be good. And they do run 2. Excellent running. It wasn't the greatest shot, but Niamh Holland made the most of it.
And it was Annika Bosch who had the ball in hand as well. He's got a very flat throw.
But because she was running in from the boundary and Niamh Holland really went for it. Oh, it's another misfield. Too many of these at the moment from Essex. Ball is getting through the ring of fielders. And that's on the slightly easier side as well. There's less unpleasant.
I think we can say after that shot that the Somerset worm has come up for air.
Yes.
I think it's crossed over.
Yes, there's something.
You might see a worm graph later on.
No, there's still some way behind Essex, because Essex were belting along at 10 and over. That will be another one. At the moment, Niamh Holland is really going for it. Oh, that would have been tight. Eva Gray knows that was desperately close. I'm not sure if Sophia Smale hadn't left it, it might not have hit the stumps. She's in again, out into the covers, no run this time. Oh, and this is picked up. And 4 more. Well, we thought after Sophie Luff and Annie Leroyd were out, Essex had got rid of the danger men. That hasn't proved the case at all. And not apparently off any part of the glove or bat. Several of the Essex fielders got quite excited there, but 14 off the over.
Yeah, they've overtaken the required run rate now. It's looking a little bit more comfortable, Somerset. It's a recovery job for them, just to get back on track. Will it be a change of bowling, or will it be Grucock to continue? I think it might be Scrivens who's putting herself
she's
on.
putting herself on.
Grace Scrivens, the skipper. See if she can break these 2 up. Holland really is the dangerous one here. 23 or 15 has really taken the lead and being masterful. Aerial again. Oh, almost a misfield in front of our eyes here in the commentary box, but
Joe Gardner did well to adjust. Horrible one, because it
the outfield's quite rough, isn't it, out there?
It is.
We haven't
Went
seen
like
a
an
lot of rain.
osprey. Yeah.
Tufts of grass all over the place, but takes it one-handed. Drags it down a bit there, Scrivens. Finding the fielder. It's good running from Somerset. Wanted the run quickly there, Griffiths, running to the danger end. Backing up well. And put the fielder under pressure.
Yeah, Griffiths had only faced a couple of balls, but she's just wants to give the strike back to Niamh Holland at the moment.
Again, it's short. It's in the air. Will it split the fielders? No, it won't. It's very well fielded out there at deep mid-wicket on the boundary. The boundary riders doing their job.
Annika Bosch, terrific bit of fielding.
Bosch, the overseas, earning her crust well. Scrivens just tweaking the field a little out there.
To warm up, yes.
Deep. It's in the air. Will it be caught? Yes, it will. That's a great catch. That's Bosch again, isn't it? He takes that cleanly. There's no fumbling there. And that will be the end of Griffiths, who is looking to open up and just picking out the fielder. Probably one of the best fielders that Essex have out there on the boundary. And it's Grace Scrivens who makes that breakthrough and breaks these two up, because Holland and Griffiths were starting just to make their way here for Somerset and get back on track.
Yeah, big wicket, that one.
Let's have another look at it. Gives it a little tweak there, Grace Scrivens. And taken nice and cleanly out towards deep mid-wicket by the overseas player. She's not going to drop that. So Holland's still there. And the new batter is yet to be announced, I think.
Yeah. Jess Hazel as the call.
Jess Hazel. You had the gloves on today, didn't she, Jess Hazel,
did. For number 22.
Somerset. She's out there having a little chat with her partner Holland. He's just giving her a rundown of what's going on, how the wicket's playing, with the green tinge on it.
Well, Grace Scrivens is having a day, isn't she? After her 73, she brings herself into the attack and gets a wicket first up. Partnership there of 30, of which Alex Griffiths have got 4.
Right, still 2 balls left of this Scrivens over. And a very tidy one it is. New bat facing. Backs away from it. But watchful. Tweaks to the field for the new batter. A little bit dragged down. It'll just be a single, but it gets Hazel off the mark. So 5. Oh, I think it's a little bit behind the screen. Is that right? No, because there was a dot ball in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off the over and a wicket. Yep. So a really good over for Grace Scrivens, who has introduced herself into the attack. And what a time to do it. A pivotal moment.
Eva Gray back in. Right, so coming up to the halfway point in the Somerset innings. Hanging on as far as the run rate's concerned. It hasn't got too uncontrollable. It's still around the 9 and over that they require. That's helped out to the deep mid-wicket boundary. It'll only be a single to Holland. Here's Jess Hazel's season going so far. This is her 7th match in the Blast. She scored 35 runs at 35 with a high score of 23 not out, which would suggest her other score was 12. Slower ball, well bowled. And Gilgrass, Hollywood roll as you described it earlier.
Very silly phrase from me.
No, not at all. It is. I think it's right. When you possibly didn't have to put the roll in. Oh, and that is very close to caught and bowled. But was hit well enough that Eva Gray, well, it would have been a miracle catch if she'd held on to it. But just watch it again, because it was there. Oh, and it hit the fingers. Dot ball though. Oh, and this could be 5 wides. Ouch.
Yeah, especially when the wicketkeeper's standing up as well. Really tricky.
Nothing that Ariana Dowser could do to that. Now, this is just, again, just a few too many wides so far from Essex in this match. That's 10 wides now. Oh, it's an edge and it's going to beat the fielder. And what was been a very tidy, good over. Just look at that. 1 dot dot, then 5 wides and a 4. So Eva Gray just needs to rechannel the Eva Gray of the first 3 deliveries. Oh, big shout. Might have just been missing leg. Yeah, I think it probably was. Yeah, leg bite. Oh no, there's given us a run. So it must have come off something. Bat. So 11 from the over so far. Final delivery. Hopefully for Essex. And it will stay at 11 runs off the over. So, after 10 overs, 89 for 4. Same point, Essex were 103 for 1.
So Essex still pretty much ahead of the game here.
Yeah, there are the bowling
regular fall of
figures.
wickets.
So you can see how well Sophie Munro bowled. And Sophia Smale pretty good too. There you go, that's the comparison. Over by over. And certainly Essex ahead on points after 10 overs. Sadly for them, the game lasts 20.
So Scribbins will continue. That's no surprise, having taken a wicket in her first over. And again, that's well bowled. Just milking the runs at the moment in the leg side. Ooh, there's a big hole. Have to hurry here. I think it better throw. She's possibly in danger.
I think she was a bit torn as to which end to throw to, actually, as well. Because it was actually Holland who didn't want the second.
Just about got away with it there, Somerset. But risky runs. Scribbins and her offies. Wow, there's an edge here. Will it be caught? It's going to go over the head of the fielder. Fortuitous there for the batter. Holland, they've come back for the second. But it's well bowled from Grace Scribbins. Again, she does seem to be on top of things here and just eking out mistakes. Very well fielded. Very well fielded.
Also very well supported. I think it's the people who did the Guard of Honour, and I think they're from the Great Dumbo Cricket Club.
Oh, that's right. I heard that announcement. Whipping her arm over. This time, that's a mighty blow. Really gets underneath that and makes sure of it this time. Holland comes out the meat of the bat. And 4 more. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 now off the first 3 balls of this Scribbins over. Makes a bit of room. Foot movement. Positive. And a good firm base.
Yeah, it's a really good knock so far from Niamh Holland.
Scribbins twirling. It's an edge again. It's come off something. It looks like a leading edge there, and it will go for 4. It's come off a bit of bat, but certainly not in control of that Holland. There's nobody behind the bat, and the wicket-keeper's standing up, of course, to the off-spin of Scrivens. Scrivens unlucky in this over here. I mean, 2 genuine mishits just haven't gone to hand. Poor old fielder's in a heap down there.
No.
Holland is motoring along now, 41 off 24. That's in the air. Will it be caught? Oh, no, it won't. I think that was a slight misjudge from the fielder down there at fine leg, who's on the single. Didn't move in the right direction early enough.
It's Liberty Heat, wasn't it? She didn't catch it early enough. Oh, sorry, that's when you said the fielder was in a heap. I thought you were...
Well, is that right? It was Liberty Heat, yeah. There's a slight misjudgment there from Heap at fine leg.
And this is Niamh Holland's highest score this season.
And she comes again, and it's a little bit of bat on that into that leg side.
17 from the over.
Very healthy over there for Somerset. The equation now 72 off 54 with 6 wickets in hand, and Somerset won't be too displeased with that after a shaky start.
They're only 5 runs behind where Essex were at this stage as far as the score is concerned. And this is some knock by Niamh Holland, 46 off 26. And she's gone to number 1 bowler, really, Grace Scrivens, having bowled very tidily herself in her first over, then going for 17 in her second. But Sophia Smale has been the tidiest. Well, she and Sophie Munro have been the 2 hardest to get away. Well bowled, cramps up the batter. And that should be the 50. That is some knock. 28 balls, 9 fours for Niamh Holland's 50. Even quicker than Grace Scrivens earlier. She took 30 deliveries.
It's got to be the highest strike rate of the match as well.
Just ahead of Grace Scrivens, yeah. Now, Scrivens slowed down at this point, so Essex will be seriously hoping that happens to Niamh Holland. Immediately wants to. She goes so hard at that first single. There wasn't, but she's always looking. That's good fielding. Oh, it's a little bit unlucky too. I can see why. It was outside the blue line. Probably was a wide. But the batter was so far over you could see what was going on. Quite interesting, Esme McGregor hasn't bowled yet. A little ramp, well judged by the fielder. Well bowled. So given the way that ball was pinging around, just 7 runs off that one. but so there are 8 overs left. The run rate is just over 8, just 65. So they really have kept up well with the required run rate despite losing those big wickets. Well, I mentioned Esme McGregor hadn't bowled.
They're listening to you, Guy. Your wise words up here. Someone's wearing an earpiece down there. So, Esme McGregor. Alistair Cook End. Here she is, ball in hand. And just having a little tweak at the field. She'll be bowling to... Is it Hazel or Hazel?
Hazel.
It's Hazel.
That's exactly her.
Hazel facing. It's almost Yorker length, and it's been bowled. Yes, it has. It's got through. It's snuck through.
Leg grab, bowled round the
It's
legs.
the end of Hazel. He had a little nibble at that, played all around it, and that has sneaked through and bowled her. An inspired bowling change called for by Guy Swindles up here.
Well,
We'll give you that wicket, Guy.
Right, thank you very much.
So Hazel out for 3 off 7 deliveries. And bowled by McGregor off her first ball of her first over. Look at that, a little bit of swing, and it clips the leg stump. Nice movement there.
No, that was well bowled. She's got the ball to nip back a tad. Well bowled. And a big important to break up that partnership. If they can't get rid of Niamh Holland, they better get rid of everybody else. So. And it will be Chloe Skelton to come in next. The reason I know it's Hazel, by the way, is that's my brother-in-law's surname.
Ah, okay.
With a double L.
I see, okay.
Despite it could be Hazel, but it's Hazel. It's like my
Hazel
name.
or Hazel.
Mine could be Swindells, but it's
Swindells, like Merlot.
Exactly. Or
Was that
Boog-
film Sideways,
Or
wasn't it?
It was. It was.
Merlot. I do not drink Merlot.
Oh, that was a very good film. Enjoyed it.
Film for middle-aged men. Well, it was a film about
I
middle-aged
wonder
men.
why I liked it.
Right, McGregor. What a great cracking start for her. The new batter out there is Skelton. She's had a good game so far with the ball. Let's see what she can do with the bat.
Oh, bold.
And dug out. A similar ball to the one that got Hazel, but well watched by Skelton, the new batter out there.
Good length, though.
So will this slow down Niamh Holland, I wonder? I don't think it will, because she's got herself into a groove. And she's yet to face McGregor, of course.
Exactly.
McGregor's getting a bit of in-swing here, a bit of late in-swing.
So another
Firmly
good
struck.
ball.
Pushing. Always looking for that second. I like that about Niamh Holland. She's a busy player, putting pressure on the fielders, hoping for a fumble.
Exactly, but she was to Joe Gardner, who does not fumble very often.
Whippy wrists. This time another single for Chloe Skelton. Holland
Essex,
will want the strike, won't she?
yeah, but Essex won't mind singles at this stage.
Yeah, just 3 off this over. Wicket off the first ball. McGregor, cracking start for her. 1 for 3. It's in the air. It's nice and straight. Let's see if it's cut off.
No.
No, it has gone. It's gone.
It was interesting though, she's played that shot a lot. That one's not as well timed as several of the ones we've
No.
seen. Forcing it, and I don't think...
Harder to get McGregor away. She's been introduced quite late into proceedings, hasn't she? When you look at the number of bowlers that have been used so far by the skipper, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she's the 6th bowler to be used. Crucial wicket. It's full. It's down the leg side. Tricky for the keeper to stop those. It's wides. We thought it might be.
So often we've seen this where people have bowled a really terrific over and then last couple of deliveries, and then there'll be another one, and suddenly it's from 1 for 3, it's 1 for 12.
You can't afford this now, Essex.
No.
It's got to be tight.
No more wides. There's another
Maybe a
one.
little bit of bat on that. Let's
I think
see.
she got something. I don't think it'll be
Something,
given
pad
as a
or
wide.
bat. Let's have a look. It's
Leg
a
by.
bit of leg by. A little bit of pad on that, but it's still a run. 8-9 off the over.
13.
Sorry, 13 off the over.
Just 12 off the bat, but yeah. 12 against the bowler, rather, because there were 5 wides as well, weren't there?
You just feel the whole balance of this game could tip over if Holland is out. I mean, I'm not
Oh,
sure
yeah,
about the
no, I
depth.
think- I
If
think-
Holland is out, then of course they've got to start
I think,
again.
I think you're exactly right.
It will
Holland is.
slow things up.
But at the moment, the run rate's down to 7. Required run rate. So they've done really well. They're now going along at just under 10 and over. And this was where Essex slowed down earlier. Is this Eva Gray coming in for her final over? Oh, and that is so close. Inside edge, and of course it goes for 4. So nearly played on there, Holland. Let's watch that again. Oh, that did not miss leg stump by a lot. Not that the scoreboard will show that. Should only be the one. When you only need 7 and over, and you get the 4 off the first one, however you get it, largely you just need singles for the rest of the over.
That's right, there's a little pressure, isn't there?
Yeah.
It looks a bit cruisy.
That's why Esme McGregor was going so well, and then to just those 5 wides. Eva Gray back to a mark. Well, that's the 7 they require, and there might be 2 here if they go. No, they decide against it. It's good fielding. Had to come in from a long way, Liberty Heap out on the boundary. She raced in to keep them down to a single.
Yeah, she hasn't had the best average with the bat, Holland, up until this game.
No.
She's been a bit lean with the bat, with the highest score of 42, so this is a turn of events for her.
Exactly, it's sort of come out of nowhere a bit. This is only her 3rd 50 in T20s, in her 65th match. High score of 75. And that will be a dot ball to finish, so pretty tidy finish, but they've got the 7 they needed.
Yeah, there isn't such a sort of sense of urgency here for Somerset anymore. They know the equation, and it's certainly gettable as long as Holland can stick around and finish the job for Somerset. Essex will be concerned about that. And will do everything they can, Grace Scrivens, and juggling her bowlers to try and get this wicket. So she's bringing herself back on from that Alistair Cook end. 1 for 22 off her 2 so far. We've taken the wicket of Griffiths.
Might have been Esme McGregor or not. Anyway, there we go. We will see what we will see. I think she wants to take the pace off, doesn't she?
Right, so it is Holland facing now. It's quick off spin and it's been dispatched. It's too short. Spotted early there by Holland. She's seeing it so well, isn't she? Big double-decker white bus. And rolls the wrists over that. It's come out of the meat of the bat. Nice foot movement. Nobody's near that. Helped on its way. That was a bit of a free hit.
It was a gimme. Now, this is always a good idea. Just make life a bit more interesting. Right arm round.
It's in the air. It's a top edge, but it's racing away again. She's unlucky there, Grace Scrivens, and yes, inventive to come around the wicket. You're right. Just to try and do something different. Try and upset Holland. And it wasn't a proper shot.
Nearly worked. But again, they're not keeping anyone deep at either third or fine leg. So once it's through the ring, it's runs.
Too short. It's going to be a single though. He's on the leg side. There are plenty of fielders patrolling the boundary. They're well defended on that side, but elsewhere, certainly vulnerable. Just 36 needed now off 33. And there won't be a run here. That's well fielded as well. Tighter fielding from Essex. Kept it to a dot. That's crucial at this point. Skelton doing a really good job in supporting Holland.
Yes. Yeah, just giving her the strike and saying off you go.
It's a nice shot off the back foot. And certainly give Holland the last ball of the over, but she's capable of walloping this. Bit of an extra tweak for Scrivens. They're two very different batters at the moment here, so this is why the field keeps changing. Coming around the wicket again. Finding the fielder out there deep mid-wicket. But it does mean that she takes the single and just cruises through and will take the strike at the beginning of the next over. This is exactly what Somerset want.
Yeah, well, for the last 3 overs, they've actually overtaken the Essex score at the same stage, having been a long way behind earlier on, and that's thanks to this wonderful innings by Niamh Holland, who, unlike Grace Scrivens, who lost away a bit after she got to 50, is still going along at terrific lick.
Yeah, she's only 21 years old, a young player. She's the wild card draft in the 100 for the Welsh Fire. We mentioned that earlier. But that's a huge compliment for her as a development player.
Absolutely.
And she's taken a lot of wickets, hasn't she?
And you can see why, the way she's... Yeah, taken 12 wickets as well. So very handy all-rounder. Full toss. Only be the one, though. There's McGregor, who switches ends. Sophie Munro has 1 over left. She has been the tidiest of the overs, of the bowlers. Sophia Smale also has 1 over left. Straight to the fielder.
Yeah, she's only got an average of 13 this season in the Blast, Skelton. But things could change. We feel like the complexion is changing for Somerset in this game.
But she's just playing the role she needs. She just needs a single now. Oh, this is up in the air. This could be out. Should be out. And is out. So Eva Gray with the catch. That's the end of Chloe Skelton. Second wicket for Esme McGregor.
And caught by Gray, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always the feeling in the Somerset ranks that the possibility, of course, of Holland running out of partners. And this is what Essex will be aiming for. And obviously they'd love the scalp of Holland.
Yeah. But that's there have now been 4 partnerships of 30 plus, of which the other player has scored 4, 3 and 4.
Yeah, very much in the wings, these players, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just keeping Holland company and just seeing
Exactly.
whether she can get there.
Giving her the strike. They've got the luxury of giving her the strike because they've got runs to play with here. That they're keeping well up with the rate. The wickets are tumbling.
Well, the good thing for Essex is they're taking the catches. This was where Somerset didn't on occasion, and that could still possibly come back to bite them. It's Lola Harris who's come out to bat. She has a high score of 0 not out in the tournament this year, and a high score of 5 in her career, and she's batting at number 8, interestingly. And she has only played 13 matches. Oh, will that be a wide, or did it come off a bit of pad? I'll be hoping it's only a leg by. It's just a bye. Okay, well that's okay. There's no extra ball. It's just a single as far as Essex are concerned. So, 1 ball remaining, just 2 runs from this over. Terrific work from Esme McGregor. She is bowling the final delivery to the in-form Niamh Holland. Who spanks it through the covers. Might be cut off, won't be cut off. So, even so, that brings up the 150, but there were only 6 runs off that over, even with that boundary.
What's quite surprising, Esme McGregor, looking at her figures in the T20 Blast this year. So 5 matches and she's only bowled 9 overs, taken 1 wicket for 88, and she looks so much better than that, doesn't she?
Yeah.
That's not given the opportunity. Now the other bowlers have bowled above her, but proving herself today, that's for sure.
Absolutely. 2 for 17 from her 2 overs so far.
Yeah, so Sophia Smell's swapping ends here. So Scribbins has taken herself off and wants to see a bit of slow left arm orthodox from the Sir Alistair Cook end. Let's see if she can work her magic with a bit of twirl. Harris is the new bat out, scratching away, taking her guard. Got a tight ring around the new bat now. Still 1, 2, 3 fielders outside of the ring on the leg side. Left arm around. Oh, it's a wide.
It's a bit harsh. The batter was out there anyway.
Yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? When the batter's covered the ball, it does seem a little harsh. Smelling again. It's a big play and a miss there from Harris, who looks like she wants to play flamboyantly, but needs to make contact.
Strike rate of under 40s in.
First year in senior cricket, Lola Harris.
She's only scored 5 runs in her 13 matches.
Yeah. She probably hasn't had much opportunity to bat. I don't know how many innings she's had in those 5 matches.
Very true.
Batting down the order, and it's her first senior year. She's bowled remarkably well.
Yeah, she's played in all 10 of the Blast matches this year.
In comes Smale. Whoa, what's that come off? It's come off the keeper. It's going to be a little shy at the stumps. Underarm flick, but she safely makes her ground.
She's given it as a wide, so that will be 2 wides.
Yeah, they can't afford these extras, not at this stage. 25 to win off 22 now.
This is 18 wides now.
Yeah, that is heavy in the extras column.
There's so many extra deliveries, it's like an extra batter at the moment.
Good strike from Holland. Happy to take the single. They've got time to do so. doesn't mind giving Harris the strike. Harris yet to get off the mark. Has been looking a little dicey with the bat. They'll rearrange the field for her. The 19-year-old leg spinner. No, she's gone aerial. Safe. A couple of bounces to the fielder in the deep. They're going to look for two. The teenager's coming back. That's good running there from Somerset. In the end, they made the ground easily.
Yeah, and that's they're her first runs of the season.
That'll feel good for the teenager. You won't have had a lot of experience at this level with the bat. It's a little bit quicker. Oh, it almost sneaks through there from Smell. Looking to surprise the wide-eyed Harris. Yeah, she's lucky to get away with that, Harris. Almost snuck through.
So 6 runs from the over so far. They're just going to go and have a chat. I think probably Niamh Holland is saying don't worry too much about trying to get a single off the last ball.
Ooh. Looking to pull that. Looking to be extravagant. I don't think she can't really help herself. She looks to the heavens. Perhaps didn't quite take on board what her partner was telling her. But it does mean that Holland will be facing. Didn't make contact.
And that's the end of Sophia Smale as well.
That's Harris is just playing her natural game. Just let her get on with it. Yeah, so Smale, let's have a look at her figures. So that's 4 overs, none for... Is it none for 30?
I make it none for 30.
Yeah.
So does the scorer. Yeah,
good.
More importantly than
We're all in
anything
sync
I
for
say.
once.
We are.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen often. So it's Esme McGregor to continue, who's bowled pretty well so far. 2 for 17 in her 2 overs. Oh, that's a decent shout. Might have just been sliding, but it was well worth the shout. And it gets Holland off strike.
She's causing a few problems, isn't she, Esme McGregor? Just get the feeling that maybe she was introduced a little bit too late.
Or at exactly the right time.
She took the wicket, you're right, straight away.
She's taken
first
2
ball.
wickets in the 2 overs. She can be bowled out as well if she bowls this in the 20th. It's another leg by.
Yeah, Sophie Monroe's still got 1, hasn't she? And so is Scrivens.
Well bowled, keeping it pitched up, making it difficult for the batter. Dot balls are being applauded by the crowd. .20 required of 15. Rather cuffed away by Holland. Well bowled again from Esme McGregor, who was brought into this match for Kate Koppak. I imagine Sophie Monroe will almost certainly bowl the penultimate over from the Sir Alistair Cook end. Oh, and she gets another wicket. 3 overs, 3 wickets. She bowls Harris for 2. Nine balls, so terrific figures so far for McGregor. She has 3 for 18. She's got 1 ball left of a 3rd over.
Yeah, still getting a bit of lateral movement as well. That ball just coming in.
Yeah, she'd only got 1 wicket in the competition. You pointed that out earlier. And now she's quadrupled it in this match.
She's showing her worth, and I think will be used a lot more in future, you get the impression, after this performance tonight. 3 for 18 for McGregor, and slowing down the run rate as well, and making Somerset feel a little bit shaky here towards the end of this game.
Yes, it's not quite as easy as they would have hoped, though they do still have Niamh Holland there. But Liv Barnes comes out to bat. She has yet to bat. This is the first time she's batted, and she's played all 9 Blast matches for Somerset. And they get 2 off that. So, decent shot too. Might be the first time she's batted. It didn't look that way. She played that very nicely. Flicking it away for a couple. But another good over from McGregor. 3 overs for 20, so just 3 runs off that over. Off the bat, there were a couple of leg byes as well.
So perhaps savvy bowling changes by Scrivens, Grace Scrivens the skipper, holding Esme McGregor back. She's still got 1 over left, which I'm sure she will bowl based on those figures. And Munro is back into the attack. This will be her final over, bowling this 19th over of this innings, keeping it tight. Lovely figures she's got so far, 2 for 22, going at 7 and over.
Yeah, these two have been the standout bowlers. Sophia Smale also pretty tidy, but these two have really impressed. Now it's number 22 to number 27, Niamh Holland, who's having a good look around to see whom is where.
So welcome back Munro. In she swoops. It's a full toss, it will be put away. Is it going to be cut off? No, it isn't. That's loose from Munro.
No.
And unlike her.
Yeah, been really tidy, but she bowled the first 3 overs, didn't she, from the Graham Gooch end, and hasn't bowled since.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gift there. Swinging down the leg side as well has just helped on its way.
Particularly as the pressure was mounting a bit on Niamh Holland. She hadn't been scoring at quite her earlier rate.
And that was a gift there.
So this is her best ever T20 score.
She will be desperate to stay to the end here, Holland. She finds the middle of the bat. Might only be 1. They're going to think about 2. Yes, they are. There's a slight fumble.
Yeah.
Allow them to have that. It's a direct hit, but it's a fumble.
Good throw, but they spotted the fumble.
That's good running between the wickets, between Barnes and Holland. Holland takes a strike again.
That's the dangerous bit as far as Essex are concerned.
6 off the over so far. 11 to win now. 10 balls remaining.
11 off 10 balls.
All looking a little bit more straightforward. All it takes is 1 wicket though. It's nicely driven.
It's well bowled. That's where to put it.
Yeah.
In the block hole, make the batter work.
Right, well they're happier to bowl at Barnes. They want to keep Barnes at that end. The field will rearrange itself.
Yes, she's got a high score of 9 not out in her, again, quite early career. This is her 25th T20 match. So she doesn't often get into bat.
No. And you were saying her first innings this season in the Blast.
In her 10th match.
Yeah. Well, no, she needs to keep her head here in the death overs, Liv Barnes, and just play that supporting role. Oh, it's block hole again. It's so well bowled. They're going to go for the run, and they are safe in the end.
Oh, that was good.
Holland getting down to the business end, which is what she wants. That is what Somerset want. But in the end, it was a good run. So 9 off 8 now is the equation. 8 off the over so far. 2 balls remaining now in this 19th over. Can Monroe make this breakthrough? It's well watched by Holland. They're going to push. They're not going to take that second. No need, really.
To be honest, if I was Holland, how many balls left of the over? 1?
Just 1 now.
Yeah, doesn't matter. If she has to try and get 8 herself off the final over, then that makes perfect sense.
So Holland's going to have a little word with Liv Barnes down the other end.
2 or 4.
8 off 7. Where's that golden wicket for Essex? And they've still got Esme McGregor to bowl as well. Assuming she bowls that last over.
Yes, assuming she does. I'd be surprised.
That's well dug out there. They will come through for 1.
I don't think Essex will mind that madly.
No, a direct hit could have been dangerous, but certainly went for the rump. They're going for everything here. I don't really mind who takes the strike either. So 171 for 7. 6 balls remaining. 7 off the last over now, with only 3 wickets in hand. Somerset.
So Sophie Monroe finishes with 2 for 32 from her 4 overs. And it will be Esme McGregor who is given the rather large responsibility of bowling this final over when Somerset requires 7. 3 wickets in hand, and Niamh Holland's still there. There we go, match situation. Holland on 87 not out from just 50 deliveries. What a knock that's been. Particularly given she's been, really, there's only one other batter's reached double figures. Annie Leroyd.
Well, it's great that somebody else took up the mantle.
Yeah, and
less experienced player.
To chase down the thick end of 180 when only 2 players have reached double figures. Oh, and wides have reached double figures, sadly. Okay, clock's just gone past 9 o'clock as well. Grace Scrivens deep in conversation with Eva Gray, who Eva Gray skippered the side in when Grace Scrivens was off on England A duty. So very much a vice skipper really role for her in this one. Sophia Smale is going into mid-wicket. There aren't that many players out in the deep. They've gone for stopping the single. They can't stop that one. 6 runs required from 5. It's yet another leg bye off the bowling of McGregor.
Has she got the temperament, McGregor? So far, so good. She's got that cool head that you need at this stage in these death overs. You've got to have a bit of grit about you.
It's on the up. Oh, it's just wide. It's going to go all the way, I think. It's going to creep there. Oh no, it hasn't. It's 3. Ball comes back on a relay. So 3 runs now required. Oh, that wasn't far away from mid-off. Didn't really middle it, but the fact that they still had a chance. Scrivens did well too, didn't she? Look at this. Ran all the way back. Saved 1 and got Niamh Holland off strike. So, how many balls left? 4 balls left, 3 runs required. What a fantastic finish to this match. This is up in the air. It should be the keepers, should be out. And there we go. Huge wicket. Now, I can't remember what the rules are now. Does Holland stay down there, or does she have to go back to the other end? I think she has to go back to the other end, doesn't she?
Yes, so the new batter has to face. I think
Yes.
that's the new rule, isn't
I think
it?
that's the
Which
new
is a
rule.
much better rule. Because the bowler has taken the wicket, and they should have the advantage of bowling at the new batter. So that makes all the difference in this final over, of course. And it was those 3 runs, absolutely crucial. 3 runs meant that Barnes had to face. There's enormous pressure on her to score. And inexperienced, of course, at this level with the bat.
And now the 16-year-old Maddie Russell comes in.
Four wickets now for McGregor. What a star she's been today.
She really has, hasn't she? So, Esme McGregor now with her second 4-wicket haul in T20 cricket. 4 for 23, game changing. When did she first bowl? Something like the 11th or 12th over.
Later on, yeah.
And it is the new batter Maddie Russell who has to face. 3 required off 3 balls. Well played, Esme McGregor. Oh, if that had hit, it was gone. And is there overthrows? No. So 2 required off 2. Grace Scrivens knows that if she'd hit, I think Russell would have gone, which would have meant that 3 runs were still required. So 2 off 2. Here we go. Let's just watch this again. Yeah, she was gone for all money if Grace Scrivens had hit. Well, 2 for 2. And the bad news for Essex is Holland's on strike. What can Esme and McGregor do? Well, that's smeared into the leg side. Well, they should be able to get 2, I think, if they go. This should be it. And it is. And they get home with a ball to go. Just 1 ball and a 2-wicket win for Somerset. And what a disappointing finish for Essex, because they were in command of this match in several occasions. But Niamh Holland, 92 not out. And that innings, the difference between the two sides, 92 off 52. We saw Grace Scrivens 73, Sophia Smale 43. 120 for 1 after 12, but dragged back to 177 for 5 in their 20 overs. I know you and I did think that possibly they'd left some runs out there, and so it proved in the end, despite, I have to say, the best efforts of Esme McGregor, who took 4 for 26 in a ball shy of her 4 overs, so she was the most economic, she took the most wickets. Good work too from Sophia Smale, but in the end, that probably is the end of Essex's dreams of a place in the closing stages of this Vitality Blast, but Somerset's hopes are still alive.
What a great game.
Great game.
Great game. Such a tight finish, exciting to watch. I wasn't expecting that with the shaky start that Somerset had, when you thought the likes of Luff and Leroyd, who are the beefy big hitters, were out early on. But it took Holland, with her highest score ever in T20 cricket, 92, not out, to be the mainstay. She stuck around, she saw it through. There was a support act from various batters that came and went, but those small partnerships worth around 30 ago did the business. That's all it needed, really, and Holland took up the mantle and has really proved herself now.
Yeah, they chased down 178 with only 2 players reaching double figures. Niamh Holland scored over half the runs, 92 off just 52 balls. There was a good knock from Annie Leroyd earlier on, and I think, though, Essex may rue the extras with 19 wides and 6 byes and leg byes, but I think those wides probably cost them the match in the end. But what a cracker, and that's the main thing to remember. What a cracking match. And here is the match summary, and we can see how close it was. But in the end, Somerset just getting over the line, despite the best efforts of Esme McGregor. Whew. Well, I think that's us done, isn't it?
I think it is. Yeah, it was a must-win situation, wasn't it, for both sides? And Somerset have got a chance now of getting into those. Do they have quarterfinals or semi-finals in this competition?
Yes.
I know there's a big finals day.
There's a big finals day, I think. Yes. So 2 semis and then a final on the day. So 4 teams go through.
So we just need to await the results of the other games.
This was the only game on tonight, so we'll check the table in the morning when someone's actually put it all together. And, oh my word, England beat India by 125 runs.
Wow.
India were all out for 76. Josh Tongue took 4 for 28. Right, there we go.
Gosh.
So, well
Do
done,
you
England.
think that it was the Irish that shook their confidence?
Yeah, because they did
The Ireland
they beat them twice.
Beat them
didn't they?
twice, exactly. And India were not expecting that.
Well,
Anyway, it's goodbye from us at Chelmsford.
indeed it is. So thank you very much indeed for joining us. We'll both be back. I don't know quite when we'll be back, but as this was the last T20 home match of the Vitality Blast, but I think there's some 1 days still to come. So join us then.